One thing about it, when it gets the snow on the ground, it's really been cold, like in the, I don't know, 20s during the day and in the single digits at night. So we're also gonna, maybe in this video, update you guys a little bit on how the room's doing, where the water tanks are, so you can get a look at that. I'm pretty confident that the water's enough mass to keep the room warm, but we're gonna see how that goes today too. I haven't really checked it actually since I've been home. I checked it once and it was, I think, over 40 degrees, and we had already had four snowstorms in 2 weeks that we were gone. Right now I'm getting ready to let the chickens out. They'll be, sometimes they're weird about the snow and the cold. They'll be excited to come out, or they might not be, and then I throw a little feed on the ground for them to peck. And Mr. Turkey is right there, my every move. So he's checking it all out. So here we go. I know you're getting your eat on. There's all the ladies in the house. Where's my little coachins? Come on, girls. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Oh, Mr. Turkey's getting everybody excited. Cool out, Mr. Turkey. Hello, Mr. Rooster. There's guineas. Barred Rocks, Rhode Island Reds, everybody's here. Come on out, girls. Where's my little coachins? There's one little coachin. Where's the other one? Yep, some of them come out, some of them don't. Mr. Guinea's trying to be the boss of everybody. In the wintertime, I have to use these hydrants and rely on them, because the outside ones, they'll thaw and they'll freeze and they'll thaw. And so, like today, I'm not able to use the IBC totes, but I can get those around here for like 40 or 50 bucks, and they usually will last, you know, 3 or 4 winters. Sometimes when we get really heavy into winter, I'll go ahead and drain them and then just use this. But they actually froze up early this year with water still in them, so I'll let them do their thing and then use them as it thaws out, because we're supposed to get a little bit warmer. But luckily I have the in-ground gravity fed 3,000 gallon water catchment system. Yeah! So basically this is just where I get water for the chickens. The sheep have their own spigot, and the horses, they have a hose coming right out of the room there. So we'll see how that is too. They're like, water please. I'm like, yes dear, here you go. Enjoy yourselves. There you go. Came to check the horse water, and the ducks were here. Hello, ducks. Go on around there and eat. Mr. Turkey always chases them away. I'll take food down to the pond for him and show you guys what's up down there. Mr. Turkey. Mr. Turkey getting everybody all worked up. Mr. Turkey, why do you chase the ducks away? You're supposed to be nice to Daisy and the ducks. So back to the horse trough. Requires a little bit of maintenance. Nothing that the feet can't handle. Sometimes you use a board. We don't keep it filled up to the top neither. And eventually though, we'll stop using this altogether, because if you leave the water in there and don't provide a way for it not to freeze up, you'll bust your tank. Don't ask me how I know. You like that, Smokey? Hello, ducks. Hello, ducks. Come on in. Maybe we'll get you some food in the barn while Mr. Turkey's on the rampage. Come on. Not you, Smokey. He's always looking for the meal. Well, that didn't go over very well. The turkey chased him off again, so I'll have to catch him down at the pond. I'm gonna take you guys down there too so I can show you how cold it's been. You just saw me break the horse water, so there's a little bit of ice going on. But we'll go inside the room now and we'll see what the temperature's been. I got my headlamp on so you guys can see in there because it is kind of dark. Sadie and Smokey sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N. Okay, I was gonna put some tarps up on this door too, but I haven't got around to it. So that will definitely help keep some more heat in here. Now when the door's shut and latched, it's a little tighter than this, but that's what I'm dealing with here. Got a headlamp here so I can come over here and see what the temperature is. No heat been going on in here. Been 20 degrees for a high and in the teens for a low, and single digits and 50-mile-an-hour winds during our blizzard. And looks like we're in between 35 and 40 degrees. I'll take that all day long. And the top of the morning cool. And boy. Here's your complimentary oats. We like oats because they're non-GMO. And you like oats too. I'm doing right now is I'm filling the water for the sheep, and I love using these lick tubs. A lot of people have cows around here, so if you go by your neighbors or whatever and ask for a couple, they'll give them to you. And this is what they look like. And basically they're just tubs that their feed was in, and they're great for recyclable use around the homestead. I like them myself because I can just dump out the water if it freezes and then just fill it up, so it's super easy. And if they crack or bust, it doesn't matter because they're free. The price is right. Here's the ice that I dumped out of it, and you can see how thick it is. All right. So we got some pretty good weather here as far as that goes. So it's a good little chunk of ice there. Like I say, it's been getting pretty cold at night. There's my buddy. What's up, Mr. Rambo? You have anything to say to the people on YouTube? Huh? Want some fresh water? Huh? He's a big boy, large and in charge. So because Mr. Turkey messed up my whole duck thing, I'm gonna take the seed and stuff down to them over at the pond. So I have to snake past Mr. Rambo. You just saw that interaction. So I have to snake past him and get to the pond. He's really no big deal. He doesn't bother me too much. But you just got to know that you got to keep your eye on him, you know? And that's just, you know, normal behavior for him. So it's not something where I would get rid of him or anything. He's just doing what he does. So I got my eye on him. He stayed still for a minute up with the girls, but he's making his way closer down here. But I'm already at the second gate, so I'm in the clear. Came all the way down here to see me, huh? There's something else. Hey, ducks. Hey, ducks. Come on, ducks. Come on now. So they're always a gas to mess with. I love watching them slip and slide, getting back on the ice, getting to their little water hole. But you can see most of it's frozen out there, and then they just kept their little space open. They'll actually do that all the way through winter. I think one time last year it froze solid where they couldn't keep up with it, but they do a great job. And that's why we supplement them a little bit too. They do a good job of eating what's natural to them, and then we just give them some of the non-GMO stuff that we use for the chickens and whatnot, our little mixture for them. They eat the same thing, and we really don't feed them that much at all, really. But they are a joy to watch.
Hey you guys, you caught me. I'm in the middle of making the world's healthiest applesauce. I had the opportunity to get about almost 2 bushels of apples, so I'm going to be making lots of apple cider vinegar and some apple brandy, and I'm making lots of pints and quarts of fermented applesauce. And I love this. It tastes amazing. It's so simple and easy to do. All I need is some apples. And what I did was I got some of the apples and I washed them. And I went ahead and I quartered them. I took any bad pieces out and I went ahead and put them in my hand chopper. Now this hand chopper is just amazing. We do have an Amazon link below if you guys are interested, because I love this. I use it to chop everything. But you can use a food processor if you'd like and get it to the consistency that you want. So this recipe for a quart can be anywhere from, and I've done 6 apples if they were medium to large, or I could go to 12 apples depending on how big or small they are. In my hand chopper here, like this. And then I need some cinnamon. So in my quart, I put about a teaspoon and a half to 2 teaspoons, depends on how much you like. A couple tablespoons of maple syrup. This next ingredient is what's going to jumpstart it and really increase and help the nutritional value of it, because I'm not cooking this. This is basically raw applesauce. So I'm going to be using kombucha. So this is some of the batch that I've made, but you could use store-bought kombucha. You can use flavored kombucha. So if you flavor your kombucha or drink flavored kombucha from the store, you can use that too. It's just going to make your applesauce taste maybe like the flavor that you use. So in my quart or so, I'm going to do about half a cup, fourth of a cup of the kombucha. Now, if you don't want to use kombucha, you could use whey, or you could also use water kefir. So either one of those, and it's so simple and easy. Whey is easy to make. All you need to do is get yogurt from the grocery store, and then you can strain it through like a coffee filter and let it go into a jar, and then that kind of golden liquid that you get is your whey. And you'll probably need a couple tablespoons of that if you're going to use this recipe. And if you have water kefir, you'll need a couple tablespoons for that also. On the kombucha, I usually go a little bit more. I go like a fourth cup to a half cup. And if you want it to be a little bit more liquidy, you can put a little bit more kombucha in there, or a little bit more maple syrup. So after I have my ingredients in there, I have my apples chopped up, I have my kombucha in there to kind of help jumpstart the fermentation or the culturing process, and the cinnamon and the maple syrup. I'm going to grind it up really good, get it to the consistency that you want, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it in my jars. All right, let's look at it. I think it looks perfect, because I like mine with little clumps in it. So then I'm going to go ahead and put this in my quart jar. Take this out. And this is good if you even want to give it for gifts. And the great thing about this, I'm going to put it in my jars. Oh, did it perfect? Look at that. Almost. I'll probably make a few more apples and that'll make me another pint. All right, so I filled up my quart. And you want to make sure that you have 1.5 inches to 2 inches of headspace here, right? And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my rim is clean. And then today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a ring with a flat and put that on here. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to set this in my pantry and I'm going to let it set for anyway from 1 to 3 days. And it depends on the temperature. When you are fermenting things, it always is about the temperature, because if it was in the middle of summer and it was really hot and humid, 1 day or 24 hours might be all it takes. But in the middle of winter, it's been pretty cool here. I may probably go 2.5, 3 days easy on this, because it's going to be a little cooler in our house, because I'm going to keep it in the back. So it just depends. You can go ahead and taste it after your day or two and see how it tastes. And then once that's finished, you're going to go ahead and put it in cold storage. So I'm going to put my lid on it, and I already have a lid on it, but if you put it possibly and you put like a fermentation airlock on top of it, then you might want to go ahead and put a flat like this. But since I put this flat on here, I'm going to go ahead and burp it every day. So after a day's up, I might go ahead and just turn it just gently, but don't let the air get to it, and you'll hear it possibly kind of psst, and that's burping it, and that's letting some of the air out of it, but we don't want to let any of the air in it. all right? So after it's set for my couple days and then I taste it and I like the way it tastes, I'm gonna go ahead and put it into cold storage. So I'll go ahead and put it into our root cellar. You could put it in your refrigerator, you can put it down in your basement where it's cooler, and that will slow down the fermentation process. Generally, and it depends on your conditions and how cool it is, it'll last a month, 2 months, 3 months. This is something that's great. Kids love it. You can't keep it enough. The kids just really do enjoy this, and husbands love it and wives love it. Everyone loves it. It tastes great. It goes good with all your dishes. And the great thing about fermented foods is it is so healthy for you and it tastes good. So when you eat them, a lot of people are like, oh, I ate so much, I got a stomach ache. Well, you have to be careful when you first start. Your body may not be used to it because it's very detoxifying on your body. So you may not feel good. Maybe you are starting to feel like you have the flu because it's getting rid of all that stuff and detoxifying through your liver. So it's good to start, maybe to do a tablespoon or two once or twice a day, see how you feel, and then kind of go from there, and then you can eat more and more and more, you know, whatever your body feels comfortable with. So always start little and then you can move your way up. But then once it's done, you can use it, you can have it with your chicken, you can have it with your beef, you can eat it with your lunch, you can put it on a sandwich, you can eat it with your salads. I mean, there's so many wonderful ways that you can use this, and applesauce is great, and I don't know anybody who doesn't like applesauce. And here's your little hashtag nugget. I mean, I'm always time crunched all the time. One cool thing about this and fermenting, I did like 5 pints in a quart, and I mean, it didn't take me but a few minutes. When you can, you gotta cook it. It takes a while to cook it. Of course, your jars are sterilized, and then you have to put it in your canner and do all that, and it takes a lot more time. It's a lot more time consuming. This did not take me that much time at all. So that's another great thing about doing this, and the health benefits are great because you did not kill anything by destroying all the enzymes. Everything is raw and awesome.